Howdy y'all, my name is Chuckles Clown and welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing some IndyCar news. So I have 3 bits to talk about. First we're going to start off with IndyCar on Fox. Here we're on their X page. If you want, you can go follow me on X at ChucklesTClown_. Or you can just search up ChucklesTC and I believe I will show up. I don't really post anything. I might be reposting stuff. But yeah, okay. So let's go and scroll through some stuff. So they posted something from College Hoops. They've rebranded. I believe this was like ARCA or something. Yes, I believe this was ARCA on Fox. They rebranded the account, which I do not like. I like it because it has followers, but what they did for Instagram is I believe they just made a completely new account. But here, that's okay because, they're talking about all the...
Tell you?
Oops. The audio might have a bit of backfeed. Okay. So we're going to...
Pick it back up at 30.
Watch this, but I'm going to... I don't want it in the full screen, so let me figure out how to do this. Okay, well this will work, and we'll just zoom in. Very high tech here. Okay, so... First, welcome to the fastest racing on Earth, March 2nd, on at Fox TV. You can see it's a Joseph Newgarden IndyCar ad. March 2nd is important because that is St. Pete, not Indy. My biggest fear was that they were only going to be like, man, we got the Indy 500 and that's all we care about. No. They're, March 2nd, they are promoting it. Joseph Newgarden's important. One of the biggest drivers in the series right now is being promoted. Okay. I'm going to hop back a couple seconds. I'm going to let it play through once. And then we're going to break down my thoughts on everything. It's kind of similar to the video that David Land already did. But I'm going to address my own theories and thoughts. And I'm not going to go ahead and show my other news. This is all IndyCar, at least based. And this was released at 11 a.m. today. As I'm recording this, which is January 12th. Okay, I'm going to let it play now.
This is Joseph Newgarden. Joseph was conceived to win races. Stopped drinking milk at 2, picked it back up at 32. Good for strong bones. Tell that to his clavicle. Joseph's like an action hero who wins even when he loses. This is his wife, his Tuesdays, his hand-eye coordination. He might have the greatest jawline in sports.
He's not that handsome.
He even wrote a children's book about winning. America loved it. Joseph loves the smell of unleaded gasoline. He hates imperfection. He doesn't believe in magic, but on Sundays, Joseph flies. This is Joseph Newgarden. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Okay, I didn't know that X would replay the video right away. But yeah, so you see there a lot of big things. It is a very fast-paced trailer. This feels like when you go to the movies and there's a really good trailer and you just want more of it, but you can't quite have it yet. And that's what you like to see from a production team. Okay, now I'm going to play through the beginning. First, this scene from the grandstands looks like it's from the IMS. Maybe it's... Did he run a Stemo at the Indy GP this year? think I spelled spotters wrong. Oh, and I think my internet's. Oh, well. But yeah. No, maybe it isn't. Yeah, I did spell spotters wrong. Oh, well. No, he ran the snap on. Okay. So I have no idea where it's from. Oh, spoilers. Oh, well. So, really cool shot. I'm not sure if it's an actual shot. But if it is, that's pretty cool. It shows you the intensity. I mean, just... That's cool. Okay.
This
Introducing him right away. I really think it's interesting, the spacing here. It really makes it uncomfortable, and my eyes aren't good, clearly. But yeah. Spacing's my only really critique on that whole thing.
is Joseph Newgarden. Joseph was conceived to win races.
I saw a lot of people complaining about this. It just doesn't bug me, man. It is funny, and it is showing that is something that happened to literally everyone. Everyone who was made won that race. It's just saying that he was the best at it. My only critique with this ad is it makes... I'll address it.
Stopped drinking milk at 2, picked it back up at 32. Good for strong bones.
It's funny. The biggest thing associated with IndyCar is the Indy 500, and that means milk. That means milkman. But not the milkman. He's not the milkman yet. First here, this isn't glorifying crashes. It's showing the intensity of the sport. Not only that, it's also showing you never know what will happen. A great young talent, boom, into the wall.
Tell that to
Injury. You never know what's going to happen.
clavicle. Joseph's like an action hero who wins even when he loses. This is his wife.
My thing with him mentioning the wife, it is Fox, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pretty big focus during like pre-race and during the races where we see them cutting to spouses more often or family and talking to family during the races. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I think it'd be an interesting thing to see.
His Tuesdays, his hand-eye coordination.
That's just funny.
He might have the greatest jawline in sports.
He's not that handsome.
Tom Brady, in my opinion, this is my theory, my thinking. He's going to do what Dale Jr. did for the Indy 500 when he would be part of the broadcast team. He's going to show up, since he has that partnership with Fox Sports. He's going to go be part of the production for the Indy 500, part of their pre-race show. Sorry, I know. Be part of their pre-race show. He's a good personality. People associate him with American sports. You think of the GOAT in sports? Thomas Brady. Thomas Brady, man. And then them painting Newgarden as Hercules. This man, he is different. Built like a Greek god. Lucky man. Built to go fast.
Handsome.
Also, I doubt Fox paid Brady a ton for him to be in an IndyCar commercial. I doubt IndyCar paid him. And I checked earlier on Instagram, at least when I checked, I don't think he followed IndyCar. So maybe he's just not a public viewer, but you are getting celebrities into the sport again, not just for the 500. And maybe he could bring a race back up to Michigan. Or get a race in Vegas. Race in Vegas is a little bit iffy. And I don't really think it's going to happen for a long time because they don't want to go back to the oval. because of Dan Weldon, and they can't do a street race. And then Michigan is obviously his home state, so maybe Michigan Speedway. That is a pretty action-packed one, so I don't know.
He even wrote a children's book about winning. America loved it.
Now you introduce that, hey, this isn't only an American sport. You got a Spanish guy here. And painting him as a bad guy. Not quite, though. You're just like, hey, there are rivalries. This is like every other sport. And what people were saying where they were comparing Newgarden calling him Brady, I don't think that makes sense. Call Scott Dixon Brady. Call Elio the Brady of the 500. Hell, Pelot, you could call Mahomes. If you want to make stick and ball references, make it correctly. Newgarden is too far into his career, and he is good. He's too far into his career and hasn't been successful enough to be called Brady, especially on the championship side, in my opinion.
Joseph loves the smell of unleaded gasoline.
That's funny. They're clearly trying to make the drivers marketable. And this is something that they need to do with NASCAR too. And they have the drivers, Blaney, Chastain. It doesn't have to be Chase Elliott in every ad. He doesn't have to be in any of the ads. He's a great driver. He's a great he'd be a great personality. But if he doesn't want to be, find someone else. Put Austin Cindric in an ad. Brad Keselowski. Do something for those drivers too. But this works. And I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being like a joke item that gets made.
He hates imperfection. He doesn't believe in magic, but on Sundays...
Okay, now coming up is my biggest question with this ad and why they would include that specific moment.
Joseph flies. This is Joseph Newgarden. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Okay, so the call. Joseph Newgarden, Lee Diffie, from him winning the 500. It works. It is crazy. The voice, iconic. The issue, NBC. The later half of this season, the finishing bits, Lee Diffie is with NASCAR now. He will be on those races. People hear that voice, they want to hear it for the races. And now they tune into a race and he's not going to be there. You know who is going to be there? Oh, because I don't know. But you know where he is going to be? He's going to be over in South Carolina or in Georgia or in New Hampshire or wherever NASCAR is that week doing a NASCAR race. I understand it's an iconic voice and he hasn't really won under any other announcers. But use like the MRN broadcast. Or not the MRN, the IMS broadcast. Use something different that isn't of your competitors. And also that engine wasn't a modern IndyCar engine. But I think that can build some hype. And especially in 2027, when we are expected to get a new car, then if we do get a new car and it has an engine that sounds like that, especially an engine that sounds like that with the with the hybrid capabilities, that would be amazing, outstanding, excellent, wonderful. I'm so sorry. And then you end on the same shot you bring it in with. Him sitting in the car. The parade lap here, the racing. They did hit the IMS a lot. You do not see any road course racing at all in this ad, which is fine. Like, I'm not the biggest road course enjoyer, but I love my ovals, but you got to make sure people know. Especially when you're saying March 2nd. You know what people are going to be tuning into on March 2nd? St. Petersburg. You know what St. Petersburg is? St. Petersburg is a street circuit. One of the best, if not my favorite street circuit ever. But it is a street circuit. It is a road course. But yeah. And then there's going to be a blow ad coming out with it in a couple days. No, I don't want to leave a comment. I just wanted to see if I could see if Brady commented. And you can see they've reposted it a bunch of times and everything. But yeah. Okay, now I'm just going to hit X on this and we'll see where it takes us. Okay, we're doing Prima next, I guess. So Prima announced all their stuff. So they had this stuff. They had a driver hidden. This is all we knew. I do not know this guy's name. See, I have not learned it. I don't know why that won't get off my thing, but yeah. I've not learned their drivers' names. I know Callum Isla, obviously, but yeah. Let's take a look at their car. It's really sleek. You're probably going to end up seeing some sponsorship or a Prima logo somewhere if they can't get sponsorship before St. Pete's. But they're definitely going to get sponsorship for the 500. And I love this, and I hope that we get... Hold on. Yeah. I hope that we get this completely on a car this year. I hope. And what I want them to do is bring back INDY GP2 and make it a throwback week, or make INDY GP1 a throwback week, like what Andretti did this past year. But here you can see them flicked up with the car and, most importantly, Romain Grosjean. Oh, Robert Schwartzman. I actually knew that. Just felt wrong. So yeah, Romain Grosjean. Romain Grosjean is the reserve driver. It's very important. And what does that say on his... Is that a sponsorship? I can't read it, but it kind of looks like... And then you see some of these sponsors on the sleeves that you don't really see on the car yet. So I'm guessing come season time. Also, they are a Puma team. Very interesting. And I didn't even notice this at first either. The leg and the... That's really cool. But yeah. Take another look up here. This is main car. It is an Indy car, but it's an interesting paint scheme. It's the one that they announced basically earlier in the year. And it shows all the history with this team and everything that is expected from them. Yeah, I do not see an ounce of other sponsorship. The Prima logo wrapping around up here looks a little bit interesting. But we're going to look at this photo. See if we can see anything on the walls, or... There's definitely some sort of sponsorship up on the upper right hand shoulder. But you can't get a good look at it. But also that leaves two drivers that were in the field last year that I know don't have a ride this year. Or I believe Teddy Porkshops doesn't. But I think he found a ride in another series. Then you have Renus VK and Linus Lundqvist, who can both go to Dale Coyne, and they are two of the best young drivers in the field that might be able to help him. The issue is he doesn't have another owner. So hopefully what I'm hoping happens is some NASCAR team or some IMSA team comes along and partners with them. And it's not very likely to happen, but it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool to see an RFK or a Trackhouse partner with them. Or to see, I don't know, anyone really. Because they gotta have another name on that car. And then lastly, NASCAR. And I did not scroll down far enough to get to Elio. Sure, we'll do this one. So NASCAR has a new open car policy to getting people into races, which is very cool. But most importantly, he is racing in the Daytona 500, or he's racing in the ARCA 200 at Daytona, and he's going to try to qualify for the Daytona 500. And no matter what, we will get to see him race in the duels. And I plan on doing a duels race reaction. All things letting me, and obviously race recaps, race reviews. And my content is not going to be the same quality as the Iceberg or Eric Estep or Twisted Toe for the reaction bit or for the recaps. But I hope you all will tune in for it. You see the Wendy's is still a partner. Some stuff is cooking up here, and I believe, and I'm guessing now, I don't know if it has been announced, the Project 91 car is going to run at Indianapolis. And I think that this is going to be a partnership with Meyer Shank. Once Elio stops racing, they're establishing a partnership now to where in a couple of years, once Elio's done attempting the 500, they could send Chastain over, or SVG, and race the 06 car in the Indy 500. And have it be the Trackhouse Meyer Shank. Or have it be the 91 car. Or have it be the 99 or the 97 or the 88. So many good open slots, in what I'm really excited to see is who all is going to be. Also, this Prime being the main sponsor on Elliott, and then I saw quite a few people asking if Napa's still there. Napa's still right there on the car. I'm guessing Napa doesn't have the money. I'm surprised that they were a full-time sponsor or just about full-time sponsor as long as they were. But also, my one thing about this just looks like a video game paint scheme. And not in a great way. The NASCAR on Prime, I mean, it just looks like your basic, like, NASCAR Heat, like, paint scheme. The one that they'll make for you, and then you change it yourself. In my opinion. I thought that Penske had a rule on facial hair, but I know Blaney, who's my favorite driver, always grows it out. But yeah.
There's the signature bow.
So yeah. I cannot seem to find the... Okay, here we go. Spider-Man taking on the Great American Race. So we'll see how this affects the month of May with everything around, and if we'll see Trackhouse personnel at the track. They did mention in the future they're looking to eye a 500 program, if not a full IndyCar fledged program. And are they going to go and be part of Honda? Or are they going to go and be part of Chevy? is part of this connection here, because is Meyer Shank going to move to Chevy in the next coming years? With their big connection to Cadillac now, right? They got the other Cadillac. Sorry. No, they are back in the act. Okay, never mind. Who got the other Cadillac set? Ganassi. Oh, never mind. That was Andretti. Sorry about that. But yeah. So I think this is going to be a really interesting thing to see. And to see if his well-known sponsors recently, Cliffs, Arrow, SiriusXM, make it onto that car. And if you start to see them being partnered with Trackhouse more. Also, Trackhouse attempting 4 drivers from 4 different countries from 3 different continents. It's almost perfect. We just had to get into European or Asian or African or Antarctican. But yeah, you have Ross Chastain, the melon farmer from the United States of America. You have Daniel Suarez from Mexico. You have Elio Castroneves from Brazil. And then you have the mate from down under, Shane Van Gisbergen of... Oh, it's New Zealand. Land from not as far down under. Or is New Zealand the one? Whatever. I'm on a rant. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Come back next episode for more of this. I know tomorrow I have some videos coming out. This was an unscheduled thing, and a lot of these videos will be. I'm not trying to keep these like daily upload at 5. I just want these to be natural. I don't have a script pulled up, which might change in the future because, man, I can talk. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.